Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your May forecast. So let's start with oracle cards and see what you got. You got dance, and what a lovely card to get, celebration. So I guess this the story behind this card is like talking about these ancient dances, and the ancient dances were usually imitation of the things that we see, kind of choreographed by tradition and ritual, and sort of like imitating peacock or wolf, or kind of like something telling a story, right? So even though we are not hearing or seeing in this image, I am sure there are like others around her. They are singing, they are clapping to kind of like accompany this dancer in that celebration. So this is really talking about our ancestry, right? Because of thousands of years, our ancestors, so no matter where we come from, kind of like celebrated that ritualized storytelling that included singing and dancing. So I really think this is also something that has happened that kind of like allowed them to take a breather, to celebrate, to kind of like let loose, to really enjoy. And it was the feast of some sort, right? So the sacredness of any celebration is truly dependent upon the quality of spirit that is present, right? So how much gusto you're going to put in that, right? So this is also telling you that you really need to let loose. And we do know that you're like usually the sign who kind of pushes the ambition and pushes the boundaries further than anybody else. So if you can express something that either you already have or that you want to celebrate as a happiness through physical movement, that will be really great. And it's really important to kind of like really figure out and focus on what you want to celebrate, and literally putting some music on, whether slow or fast, or singing a song. It's really making it about these focus. I used to write this journal where I would write my gratitude journal. It is a very similar thing. We used to kind of like pray before a meal and thank for it, and I think all of that is not only ritualistic, but actually when found it actually really tastes better. So it is kind of like really important over here also to have this communion with your friends and have like this tradition, and tradition is very, very important to you and something you really want to do. So let's see what tarot says, and then I'm going to check the other card at the end. So my Capricorns for Taurus transition, your sister sign, so it's a really good aspect, and so it should be something that signifies good transition. But also at the very end of the video, check my astrology for May. It's going to come up in one of those two suggested videos, so just give it a look as well. So Capricorn, you have like Earth Tome, and this is really a lovely card to get. This is basically you, and it's really representing that caring, and it's nurturing and stability and solidity and being stoic and not complaining and just like doing what is right. We see the mountain here in the background, which really talks about, hey, you know what, you see no obstacles, you see them as challenges to be overcome. So to me, this is also the ultimate friend card. There's like something about friendship, and that can actually connect. I don't know, maybe you have somebody born in sign of Taurus for you, or sign, or born in the earth sign, as it is kind of like really showing up here. And the first major arcana here is the priestess, the high priestess. It's really the card that really talks about intuitively knowing vibrations around you, intuitively knowing who is right for you, who is not right for you, what to get rid of, what not to get rid of, and that kind of like sort of things. So then we have the sun reversed. Well, the sun reversed is sort of like not as hot as the sun, but like nonetheless it's the sun, so it's still a very good card. So in this particular sun card, we do see a few kitty cats gathering in a circle, but the others are just a little on the distance. So very similarly, I feel that you are kind of like also looking very same thing with the dance. It's usually circular pattern, so this is kind of like really leading me over there. Like I see the circle here, I see the circle here, it is like the sphere over here. So maybe something is coming full circle, maybe something makes sense, maybe something is going to happen that is going to make you cheer with joy, right? This means it's not going to be such a high intensity. It's like not something that happens like a flash, like a lottery, and you go, oh my God, yes. No, this is kind of like more subtle, more like expected, but still deserved, still something that really makes you feel right, makes you feel good. And there is like, seeking. I don't know if you have a water sign around you. This is upright. Very good combination. Maybe it's something passionate, maybe something steamy. Somebody new coming in is going to feel right. And it's somebody who is not going to be mover and shaker, let's do the stuff, but sort of like, hey, let's talk, tell me about you, I want to know. And like somebody who is really focusing on your eyes and is really trying to understand what's behind it, who is the person behind that facade. Really, really good card, especially for those of you who want something, who want a new partner. This is a high quality partner. In the combination, it's also very good because it really talks that this is projecting some kind of permanence, something that may last, something that actually does have the ability to say, yeah, that's the one, kind of a thing. If you already are in a relationship or married, maybe you're taking it to the next level. This card can also talk about a pregnancy, or it can talk about being more connected with your kiddo, that sort of things, whether it's a furry kiddo or regular one. What you're leaving behind is the Death card. Isn't this the saddest card to see ever? Like all these 9 lives have been lost and lifted. But this is a good card. This really talks about some kind of transition. Maybe something in your life has died. Maybe literally, maybe metaphorically, maybe something really had to be closed in order for you to open the gate to something new. That's what this card means. That something that has been cannot continue. But the form is different. The form is continuing in this particular case spiritually. Maybe you are really connected to someone that meant something to you, but that was not possible to continue. But there is like still connection that exists, kind of like that twin flamey, soulmate, kindred spirit kind of a thing. 4 of Earth card here as your ground is like showing the kitty that is very protective of his toy stash, and he is going to attack you, he's going to hiss at you if you try to get close. So this talks about sometimes just like pulling in, protecting yourselves. You need to, if you have been hurt, guys, which this also could mean that there was like some kind of recent loss or something that is still kind of vibrating. I feel that this means that you're still holding this close to your chest. It's still very much inside, but some of you are trying to protect yourself from some emotions. And I don't know why this light is flickering. I have no freaking clue because it's a daylight. Let me just turn on the lights. Maybe it's going to remove that. It could be some kind of like signals we are getting here. I really think this is really telling me that you're protecting, or you found a way how to protect yourself, I guess, from some pain. And the very thing is also making you protect yourself from pleasure. And this is why this is calling you to open you up, to crack that shell or these walls that you are building open, as that's kind of like really important. But there's like something that is really happening. Maybe you are waiting to hear from someone, and this is interesting card. The kitty is stuck in the branches and in trenches and really frantically wants to get out, and looking at the sky. Everything is scary. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I'm going to be attacked by the birds. Everything is so freaking scary. It's going to rain. Holy moly hell. But in this situation, we really need to relax as much as we can and really think through every single step of the time. This card also means that maybe you're anticipating to hear from someone, but you haven't. And the explanation here is like that you haven't heard from them, not necessarily because they don't want to talk to you, but there is like something they're dealing with, something really karmically they're dealing with that they have to deal with before they can, because there is like this entrapment. So they might be in a relationship, they still has to have some kind of closure, or they're dealing with some other stuff, but this is like really what needs to be done. And maybe this is the explanation for you if you need one. Right ahead of you is Ten of Sea, because I think this new person is just going to waltz in your life and erase all of these sorrows or confusions or fears about something not working out, and you're protecting yourself, or maybe not sticking your neck out there and dating new people because there's like something new happening, something new is coming through. This is really talking about the emotional connection, emotional happiness, feeling home with somebody else. And then you have basically in your own house 7 of Fire reversed. It tells me that maybe you have found yourself in some situation where you are highly defensive, where you want to get to the bottom of some issue. You want to kind of like show like maybe that something was misinterpreted, or you know, like, I mean, you really want to keep your position. This can be applied at work, that somebody is having an eye on your position, or you feel that somebody is not respecting the boundaries properly, or you feel that you have worked really hard for someone or for something, and this can be now in jeopardy, or somebody is going to try to put in their, like, I mean, finger in your, like, I mean, pot, in your pie, and you're not letting them. And maybe like you have been going through this struggle, etc., but you're getting to the point of saying oh, whatever, and so you're losing willingness to engage with them. So this could be good or bad. Are you giving up, or are you simply basically saying you're not worth it? I just really don't want to deal with that. I just not worth it. We are going to see what comes later. So there is like a Lovers in your environment. It is reversed. So somebody either doesn't want something permanent. So I don't know, it also could tell me that there are multiple partners and multiple choices. Maybe somebody is unachievable right now. Maybe you put somebody on a pedestal. Maybe somebody is in the past. Maybe somebody new is coming, which I see. So if you open yourself to that energy, it's clearly coming through the door. But this is really telling me that there is also somebody who is closing the energy with you, or they just cannot take anything to go seriously, or they don't want to take anything seriously. They're not capable, again, that can be connecting to this. And maybe this is why you're saying, yeah, whatever, you know, I used to fight, I wanted to show you, I wanted to do this. Okay, whatever you want, kind of a thing, right? Hopes and fears is the good kid. It's a karma card. So clearly there is like some kind of like karmic involvement over here. One of these characters that are really showing up is really leaving an impression on you. You feel really connected, but this is also time of release. This is like a time where you really want to figure out, how, why is this, what was meant to be, and why is this meant to be. This can be good or bad because it's falling in these categories, being read, bought up, upright, and reversed. It's basically saying, hey, you know, kind of like whatever it was. Now I can turn a new leaf. I can do things differently. And looks like you're kind of like having a really clear vision. To you do understand there are like obstacles. You do understand maybe this is simply talking about social distances. You have to stay within your own walls, right? But this is also telling me that this is now a good time for you to reassess your emotions, as you really need to kind of like take these toys and play with these toys with somebody else. And like, these 2 fours have been holding you back. You thought you were in control, but really you only controlled your reaction, your activity to the situation, without realizing that you have also, with the same on the same token, closed yourself from getting this new energy. So, and there is like a 10 of Fire. Maybe there are like some kind of like secrets. You have these 2 tens, right? And like the 10 of Fire is a really interesting card. It really talks about something that needs to be overcome. It is like, I mean, after the gathering of some sort, kind of like realizing if you're like pulled together, if you're not pulled together. Like in this 10, they're all gathering. In this 10, they're all dispersing because the fire is too much. It generally is the card that really talks about, hey, are they going to be able to keep my secret, or possibly something is even coming to the surface, and something you're realizing is really, really not sustainable. 10 of Fire can also talk about some old people, old lovers, old emotions coming to the fore, and kind of like you dealing with them. So that actually can be a part of the story as well. You have destiny. Interestingly, that this card is here because we see the twins here, and this is the lovers. To me, it's also kind of representing Gemini. So I don't know if you guys dealing with a Gemini. You might see Scorpio over here, water signs. You see Leo, but like lots of air signs as well. So this card here is really talking about these two kiddos that they live a lifetime together, and they felt that they still have something to do and accomplish, right? And then, like, I mean, one of them is being called for reincarnation, and the other one, hey, what about me? So they really wanted to go together. So they go before this big spirit council, and they asked to be together, right? But you know, I think they were rejected initially, and they were rejected because in the past their love was ill-fated, and they say, well, maybe you need to learn your lesson. But they are really persistent on this, and they said, no, we really want to go together, we feel this connection. So they quote-unquote appeal the decision, and then this great kind of like servant appears and grants them their wish, because now there is a realization that together they can accomplish much greater things than they could have done alone. So this is also talking about taking a risk. You see, this card is also prevention of pain, but is also not taking a risk. So this is now connecting. So what tools do you need to, like, I mean, own your own destiny? Are you ready for it? Really, this is coming through. This card is also a card of true love and taking a stand, something positive, but also something radical. There's like some ability to change. Somebody really needs to change over here. So hence, there's like some motion, some really positive motion, love and pathway and fate, and you're going to be really, really deeply satisfied. So you need to let go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore, and you need to allow new energy, and boy, will this be a new energy, guys. So enjoy this month. Don't forget to celebrate. Don't forget to also glorify things that are happening and they're going well for you. And don't feel bad about things you're leaving behind, because this is all in a great scheme of things, something that was meant to be all along. I love you, Capricorn. Please subscribe if you haven't already. There is also my social media. Please join so you can get your daily dose of tarot. And if you want a reading with me, please contact me at cattarot.ca, or my email is down in the description so you can find it there. Love you guys. Have a wonderful month, and I'll talk to you soon.